To walk you through the course just so that you can understand what's going on with this course. It's a little bit more of a self-paced course than some. Um, and I just wanted to go ahead and give you sort of a rundown of the course itself, okay? Everything that I'm going to talk about is going to be available to you via Leo. If you do the coursework tab, that's where you'll find everything. Because this isn't set up like a traditional course, it might look a little bit different than something that you're used to, but I wanted to kind of go over the different pieces for you, okay? So this course, it requires you to be placed in a field, someplace for field practice. That can be your own classroom. If you don't currently have a classroom, you can arrange, and you might want to spend, I'm sending this video out a little early for you just so that you can think about this. You can arrange if you had a place where you student taught, or if you have a colleague who does have their own classroom, you can arrange to go in and work as a tutor in those classrooms, in a classroom such as that. I've had people who have their own jobs and they do private tutoring at home and they've used their private tutoring hours. I've had people who have worked in daycare or preschool settings, and that's okay, and they use that. But basically, what you need to do is when you log in and you go into the coursework, every single week you're going to have a log that you're going to need to present to me and that you're going to need to show me. And in those weekly log sheets, you're going to just simply record the hours as a check for me. Oh shoot, I'm sorry, this is not in your, but as a check for me, what I do need you to do when you record those hours is you're going to give me how many hours. Keep a running tab. But so if you look in here, if you go into this assignment, you're going to see every single week there's a log sheet for you to do. Easiest 10 points you'll get in this course, okay? The other thing that you're going to need to do is I'm going to, once a semester, I'm going to go to this field placement, and there's a couple of things on Leo that I need you to look for, okay? First thing is you need to just tell me where you're going to be conducting the field placement. So if you go into this tab, what you'll see in this tab is you'll see a link to a Google Doc form. And in that Google Doc form, all I need you to do is tell me where you're at, the address of the school, and then what days and times you think I can go. It might be that you can't give me everything right now. I generally won't start probably end of February, beginning of March is when I'll start the field observations. But so you're gonna do that. Just give me general availability, and then from those I'll try to work out a schedule, and I'll get in touch with you by email to figure out, okay, can I come into your classroom March 3rd? What hours work for you? Things like that. And then what's going to happen is you're going to the day before or the morning of your observation. If you go in here, you'll see there's a form. And that form, all you're going to do is give me some details. So it'll be down here. You'll give me some details about your place, like what I'm going to see, things like that. So very, very traditional form information that I want you to give me. You know, give me a little bit about your context. What are some things you want me to look for? Okay, so that'll be in there. Okay, then you're going to go into then I'll come and I'll see you, and you'll see I just use a modified OTES rubric as my observation tool. That actually does not have anything to do with the grade that you get for this, okay? The pre-observation and the post-observation, you should just get those points, okay? The pre-observation you have to upload. Post-observation, you and I need to get together within 48 hours of my having been to see you. We'll talk about it. I'll use my tool, the field observation tool. I'll use that to kind of generate a conversation. And then what I'll do is I'll do what I see in that and what I see in your coursework itself to at the very end of the semester there's a standards and dispositions rubric, and I'll pull that up for you. Oh shoot, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that I'm not in your view, so let me pull this up for you. It's just going to take a minute. I'm really sorry, my computer is going very slow. All right, so if you look back here to the field observation, standards and disposition, what it looks like is I'm just going to, so this I'll do at the end of the semester, and what I'm going to look at in this is, open. Okay, so what I'm going to look for in this is I go through the different standards, the state standards for reading specialists, and I just kind of give you a poor, fair, good, excellent for each of those standards. So I'll be looking for those, and that you will get a score on. Okay, so that'll be more of an observational piece for you. I don't know what this is. Let me close this out. Okay. So then that's the field observations, okay? So that's what I want you to know about the coursework, okay? Or the field observation. Now, the rest of the course, what you're going to do is every single week there is a blog, and hopefully you'll have gotten an email, but the blog will be at, it's LEC for Teachers. pvworks.com, and when you get into here, you'll see you'll have probably created your own account, hopefully before the semester begins, because I did send you login information, I believe. Okay, and then each week there is every other week there's a blog post that's going to be due. And then on the alternating weeks, so you'll see down here, what your job will be is to go ahead and respond to the blogs of your classmates. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to create a page on your own. And so you're just going to create a new page, and you're going to keep adding to that page. Every week, add to that page, and then on the alternating weeks, at least 3 of your classmates, you go in and you leave comments for at least 3 of your classmates. There are rubrics. The rubrics for those, so you can see how I'm going to assess those. Those are all going to be written up for you on Leo. Okay, so blog and log. Something is due every week. Sometimes it's a blog post. Sometimes it's a blog a response to the posts of others. Okay, but so that's going to be due every single week. Field observation is going to happen once a semester, and then the professional development piece comes in through the professional readings and the portfolio project. So the first assignment that you're going to do, the first professional reading that you're going to do, you're actually going to use Reading Reconsidered. So if I go over here, I click over here, you'll see your directions will be to have Reading Reconsidered, and then complete the assigned reflection paper. I've got the directions down below for that. And then what I have you do is, rather than assigning all 3 books, the next 2 books, you get a choice from, I've tried to provide a wide range of books, knowing that some of you are going to be in high school settings, some of you are in elementary settings, some of you are working with emergent readers, some of you are working with really struggling middle year readers. So I tried to find a nice variety, but what you'll see here is about 19 titles. And so for the next 2 reading reflections, one of the parts of is why you picked both in the blog and in the paper, is why you picked what you picked. But what you're going to do is you're going to pick a reading assignment, and you are going to go ahead and read those assignments, those books, and then create a reflection paper. Okay, so that's going to be due. That happens 3 times a semester. The first one we're all going to have read, Reading Reconsidered, and that's going to be due on the 10th of February. Then you're going to pick a second book, and you're good about a month to read the second book. And then you're going to pick your 3rd book, and you've got about a month to pick your 3rd book. So this will be the professional development. You're going to identify, hey, this is something I need to do better at. Let me go ahead and work on it. Let me find a reading that looks at that. And so that's all part of the process. Now, the last thing that you have is really, really important. Probably about 5 or 6 weeks into the course, I will send you information to make sure that you can get onto TaskStream. Some of you may have never been on TaskStream, but basically TaskStream is the way that we collect data that we can demonstrate when the state of Ohio or when the national accreditation teams come in and they want to make sure that we're doing what we say we should be doing, that we're actually preparing teachers. This is their recognized data collection portfolio. And so what we'll do is the only thing that you'll need to submit to me on TaskStream will be the final portfolio. And I encourage you to look at the final portfolio so that you are aware of the final portfolio, you are aware of what's going to be done, because the portfolio is something that you could do, you can space it throughout the whole semester. It's due the very last week, but my thinking is that you can actually, and there's 3 entries that you have to create. In each of the entries, there's some kind of an artifact that you're going to need to upload, and then you have a reflection paper, and there's some guided reflection questions and things like that. But I will send you information about the task stream and about the assignment later in the semester. I didn't want to put too much into this entry level one because it's really not something that you need to know about, other than maybe to start collecting. Maybe you want a videotape because you're going to have a videotape. Maybe you want to talk to your school setting about how to go about and get permission so that you can do the videotaping that's required. So all of those things will just be there for you to consider. Okay, so this is this is meant to be very much a supportive environment for you to be able to really hone in on some of those essential skills for reading specialists. It's a way for you to highlight some of your skills that you're developing as a result of the program. Certainly, if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer any email questions, and you should feel free to send me emails and questions. And the one thing I really do enjoy is that through the field observations, I'll be able to get to see each of you individually. I should note that if some of you are really far away, we can arrange for the field observation to be done as a video conference and a video observation. So I will make arrangements with you. Go ahead and put your information on the Google Doc just so that I can have it. And we'll see. This is a smaller group, so I might be willing and able to travel a little farther than I normally do. So, all right. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a nice winter break, and I'm looking forward to our spring semester together.